everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. It is my second royal reading of this Thursday afternoon, and I have the Crow Tarot out on the tarot table. There it is. It's my Twitter tarot, the one that I use when people post sort of quite spicy and interesting things on Twitter and stir up controversy. And the person who has done that is Ben Goldsmith. He has been on Twitter talking about Meghan Markle, saying, out of the blue came this post. He said, this tweet, he said, Meghan is disliked in Britain. The reason she's disliked in Britain is not because of racism, but because she's a manipulative bully who got found out. A manipulative bully who got found out. Let's just put it in context for those of you who don't know who Ben Goldsmith is. He is the brother of Jemima Goldsmith. Jemima Goldsmith, of course, was a very good friend of Princess Diana's. Such a good friend that when the Crown went a bit off the true path with their depiction of Princess Diana, she withdrew. She was helping them out with input, and she actually very publicly walked away from the deal and criticised them. They have a brother, Zach Goldsmith, who's in politics. He's got very green credentials. Probably through those green credentials connected to both King Charles and Prince William. They're very in, the Goldsmiths are very in with the in crowd and very well connected to the royals. So it's very interesting that this tweet should come out. It's almost, we just recovered from the funeral and we were all kind of getting back to normal and recovering. And then this bombshell burst on Twitter. It's been taken down, but not all of it, because people said, you know, what's going on, what do you know? And he said, well, how do you know this? How dare you say this? And he said, well, I may know at least one of the victims. So he claims to have direct knowledge of this through somebody that he knows. So I'm going to do a 5-card reading with the Crow Tarot. I'm going to look and see what he knows. I'm going to look and see why he posted this, what his intention was. I think we're done. And then I'm going to look and see the behind the scenes energy of this. Was he encouraged by someone, a royal adjacent, shall we say, to actually do this? And the outcome of this are the royals clapping back, basically? Are they getting ready to really unleash the Kraken, as people have been hoping that they would since Meghan Markle basically appeared on the scene? Apparently the royals have all the dirt on her, as apparently the press do too. There's that dossier that apparently the Daily Mail has, and also apparently the royal family know an awful lot about Meghan, a whole lot more than maybe she even suspects they know. This is all, of course, all speculation. Let's remind you, this is speculation. This is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes. All my opinion. There is a disclaimer in the box below, and please read it. Please form your own opinions. And underlying energy of this is Ace of Pentacles. New start going on here. A very solid new start. There is a new reign. There is a new king on the throne, starting off very powerfully, possibly doing things his own way. I'm speculating. But this is a very interesting underlying energy to come out. Ace of Pentacles. And of course, when the Oprah interview happened and it was splashed all over the world's newspapers, terrible headlines, racist royals, Meghan driven to suicide, all the rest of it. Kate made Meghan cry. Father cut me off. You know, we had no money. Tyler Perry had to save us and put a roof over our heads and those of our darling child, the invisible Archie, Murchie, as many people call him. And now I've lost my train of thought completely. But at the time, the story went, the rumour went that King Charles, Prince Charles as he then was, wanted to retaliate and refute all Meghan's claims point by point. he really wanted to defend himself, and it was the Queen who said, no, never complain, never explain, we're not going to clap back, we're not going to, don't fan the flames. Just sit quietly. And she was very wise in her own way to do that, because of course 2 years later, somewhat over 2 years later, 2.5 years later, and Meghan and Harry really have managed to self-combust basically, and destroy their narrative and reveal themselves to most people, most thinking people anyway, as frauds, my opinion. And really a whole lot of hot air and not much to them, not much of substance. But King Charles, Prince Charles as he then was the one that wanted to refute every allegation point by point. He's now in charge, new man at the helm, and it's giving me this idea of someone at the helm, this Ace of Pentacles, an interesting interpretation of the card. I don't normally see it like that, but it's a bit of a sailing boat, and we've got a new captain at the helm here with this crow, with that pentacle. Starting his new journey is going to be a long and solid and stable journey. He wants to get this ship on course. He wants to get rid of somebody. I am speculating. So let's see the situation. What's going on? The situation. The Queen of Wands, it is about Meghan. It's all about Meghan and her PR and her love of attention and her love of drama. The Queen of Wands is literally the Leo woman. She is the Leo woman. She loves her drama. She loves to be in the spotlight. She loves attention. It can be a lovely energy. It can be very warm and fun and exciting and creative. The Queen of Wands, but it also can be somewhat difficult, but it's there, it's about her. We know it's about her, of course we know it's about her and her alleged bullying, manipulative bully who got found out. What does Ben Goldsmith know about all of that? What does he know? Tell us. We get the Knight of Wands in reverse, so that's interesting, because that's really, sorry about the shininess, that's really a Harry card, the Knight of Wands. It could be that he knows one of the men who's involved in the situation. And there were a few. There was, of course, Jason, who was the go-to person they all went and complained to. And then he went and complained. It's often a Prince Harry card, the Knight of Wands, because it's that hot-headed, red-headed prince, fiery, bad temper, unpredictable, volatile, tantrums. It's all of that. Knight of Wands is tantrums. Let's put it that way. But it's telling me what a lot of people have speculated. It's telling me that it wasn't just Meghan involved here. This is my interpretation. This is my opinion of this card. It's telling me that it possibly was both of them behaving very badly, and that he may, through male figures in his world, have heard or seen, or somebody heard, saw, was subjected to a lot of anger, a lot of it's very volatile. It's dangerous energy, the Knight of Wands, when it's in the reverse, because it's unpredictable, very fiery, very hot-headed. And you know how it gets when people, sometimes when they get so angry, they don't know what they're saying, they don't know what they're doing afterwards, they can't even remember. It has that energy to it, whether it is her alone or him. But there has been witnessing of that behavior. Tea thrown in the air and so on. That kind of very, very, very volatile behavior. It's not a good card in the reverse, the Knight of Wands, not at all. When you're talking about bullying, when you're talking about temper tantrums and being unpredictable and erratic and up 1 minute and down the next minute, it's this very difficult energy to work with, to try and manage, to try and be, it's inconsistent energy. And it's the worst thing in an employment situation, particularly that kind of employment situation where you want to be consistent. Everything is mapped out and predicted and thought about beforehand. So to have someone that volatile, Very, very difficult to deal with. So why now? Why has he come out with this tale that he knows somebody? We get the Page of Pentacles. And starting a new narrative. The Page of Pentacles is messaging. It's not about money. I don't think that he's being paid secretly behind the scenes for this at all. It's a narrative. And we know that Meghan is very fond of creating her own narratives and putting spin on things. The reading I have just done had a page at the heart of it, the Page of Wands, putting a positive spin on their experience in the UK and what happened to them. This is just a start of something. A start of something. It's learner energy, it's beginner energy, it's research, it's teaching energy, a student energy, not teaching energy. It's a student energy. It's, I'm starting this narrative. It's almost like it's a first move in a chess game. That Page of Pentacles, but it's not a chess game. It's a campaign. It's a media campaign. That's what's coming to me from this card. It's coming that it's a slow start, because Pentacles are slow moving, but they're very solid and they're very consistent. And when you have underlying energy in this reading, we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have somebody who's taken charge now and is on a long journey. And so sending out the troops, the very junior troops, to start some kind of movement. Let's put it that way. What's going on behind the scenes? Royals. Is anyone involved? Did anyone say, hey, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It doesn't get more clear than the Magician. Let's put the card there for you so you can see it, the Magician, but the Magician in the reverse. That's manipulation. It's a classic manipulation card. Trickster card. Maneuvering behind the scenes when the card is in the reverse, pulling strings. Absolutely. There is someone very high up in royal adjacent, or even royal themselves, who has sent the word out that we need to do this now. This is what's going to happen. New leader, new process, new journey, new path, new direction, all of that going on, and getting the troops, rallying the troops, start the leak. It's just that little bit of a hole in the dike, and then the water starts to trickle. And a drop of water has come through the dike. There's going to be a whole flood, and the dike's going to fall over at some stage. But that Magician card tells its own tale. It's a huge card to come out in that position, massive. It literally tells me that there is huge manipulation going on behind the scenes. And I'm all for it at this stage, because that's what she does, Meghan. We've seen it over and over and over. Tom Bauer exposed it in his book Revenge. So if the royals are playing her at her own game, good luck to them, and I hope they win. Outcome. What's going to happen? Next steps with all this bullying stuff. We've got Valentine Blow's book coming out. Oh wow, the Sun in reverse. That's her. The Sun, she's a Leo. It's a classic Leo card. And the Sun, when it's upright, illuminates. When it's in reverse, doesn't illuminate. That's just one thing. So it could tell me that we're not going to get any clarity about her. But I think that's like a 5% energy in this card. The 95%, it's going to be very hard for the Leo. Very hard for somebody who liked to be in the limelight, who thought she was so friendly and loved, and the center of everything, the heart of everything, the energetic center of everything, that loved always to be in the find the camera angles. Where are they? Put her best face, always staring at the cameras, always seeking attention, always seeking the limelight. She's not going to enjoy the attention that comes her way with the Sun in reverse. It's not attention that she's seeking, it's attention she may well try and avoid, but it's telling me that the Leo is in trouble. The Sun in reverse is a very unhappy card. It's quite an egotistical card as well, because that's what Leo is in its shadow aspect, very egotistical. We're going to find out things. We're going to find out things about this behavior here, the Knight of Wands in reverse, that temper, that erratic behavior, dangerous possibly even behavior. Allegedly, I'm speculating as to what could be revealed. We got the sun, we've got revealing coming. Revealing, also the sun reveals, it illuminates. Reversals, shadow aspect of a card, but also delayed manifesting of the card. So it could be that this is a slow burn, and I get this constantly in this reading with the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, that this is a slow process. This isn't going to happen overnight, and oops, boom. I think they're opening the door. They're slowly making leaks in the dike, so that ultimately someone can come out and say, well, this is what happened to me. I was the victim of this. But they're building their case at the moment. Interesting, very interesting. And big cards in this reading with the Magician and the Sun. Big cards. Anyway, that's the reading. And thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.